Hello, it's George Lees again. Yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah, I've spent the whole morning telling the whole world from the surveillance place that is every home in every civilization across that globe that the whole of today is being dedicated to all of the displacement of the gods. And you get Thursday. Tomorrow is Freya's Day. That is Thor's sister, and that is the story that I've shown the people all over this morning's viewings in my surveillance of the massive weather storms and lightning storms that are commissioned by the god Thor. I could not get him to give us even a lightning bolt this morning. The joke is now into every human being's head all over the world, and they know the dangers of standing in the gods' way. Okay, do you get it? Tomorrow is Friday, that is Friar's Day, and that is fish on a Friday. Yeah, sex for the Catholics all over the globe when I was the altar boy in that massive mafia operation. Yeah, and I think Archbishop, the Cardinal that I went to and worked with, was a grey too. Yeah, from the Diocese of Edinburgh. Okay, the sun's come out. Yeah, there still are the cloudy bits. So let's see if we can make a difference. I'm going to tell you the story about Michael Buble. Tragically, Michael Buble's son has a cancer. Michael Buble's ancestors and his mum, which is an official secret on his family tree, is from she's from Naples. Okay, I'm going to show you how Michael Buble is a massive member of the Joker team that launches the swastika on everything that happens, and his songs about never having met his woman until he meets her in the supermarket is actually the woman that he's married to, and she's a fascist from Argentina, and their child is only 5 years old and has a massive blood cancer. Yeah, I hope the child pulls through, because the child's too young to be involved in any of the shenanigans that the parents get involved in. And the parents have got that massively lethal, power-broking tendency to marry and to date members of the Blunt family. Yeah, it's blunt and as plain as the nose on your face. So I've now purchased a pair of horsey boots, yeah, so that I can pretend that I am in the inner circle and get their deepest secrets. Yeah, giddy up. Yeah, and that is the joke about this song. Okay, oh no, I've taken the... So, here he is.
What's going on?
Listen to the sound.
Have you met my yoga instructor?
Namaste. Awesome.
He was just helping me with breathing.
So, that's the song, It's a Beautiful Day, where they do all of the tumblers tricks, and that is the swastika icon. Yeah, as you get convoluted, and when his woman, who's having an affair with the yoga instructor in the story, she falls out of the window and lands, leaving a swastika impression on the ground. Okay, and they do not see it coming. Okay, the other song I can play, and that is, I'll play them at the beginning in case they get blocked. So that's A Beautiful Day, and this is the one where he meets his beautiful wife, the blonde Argentinian, and that is this one. We'll have to listen to an ad. Oh no, sorry, it's not going to be as easy. Just haven't met you yet. So that's the blonde Argentinian. I think she's got the word pie in her name, or the whole lot of it could be tied up in the family's Italian ancestry from the town of Naples. Yeah, I need my OneNote file. Let me just play this. So his wife is the actress in the ad. They meet in the supermarket as they push the trolley around there. Okay?
Okay, Google, play a Washing Up playlist.
Okay, playing now.
So all of my videos are getting more and more hits, and they're getting organised into bundles. Yeah. All the icons, yeah. The pineapple is in the basket already. The melon is in the basket. Those are the gifts that were rejected, yeah, from the person that was killed. That is Abel, killed by Cain, and you've learned all of those stories already. Okay, and I think I've got another option here of playing for you, because I'm getting closer and closer to the world's official secrets. Yeah, that's why I've got the book.
Speaking to live from the Grange of British Imperial YouTube Broadcasting. Still got a Zonophone record, number 1841.
Hot on the trail.
Sung by Peter Dawson, of all people. Didn't realise he'd done this, but here it is. Here we go.
So, hot on the trail of the Fox News team that were the Warner brothers that lived in Krasnoselsk in Kaiser Bill's hunting lodge. Yeah, all of it ties together, and Peel is the peeler that was in 1919 when that song was written. It was written and recorded on that gramophone, yeah, in 1918. That is the returning troops that were killed by Peel and the London Peelers with the massive forces in tanks, yeah, and that is the folk that returned to Scotland and were massacred in the Great Massacre on the stadium that they now use for the football games, yeah, and for the Stammering King's speech. Yeah, and he also made one at Wembley that I just discovered this morning. Yeah, that is the Stammering King that took the world to war, and all of their jokes about it, and the foxy news empire that is Rupert Murdoch's now. Yeah, Rupert's land everywhere. Right then, I'll need just to get a seat, and we'll get on with the Michael Buble ancestry story. Yeah, it's a shame that the kids have to suffer for what their parents do, but I've got no way of knowing how the gods evaluate that. Everything that the gods do is witnessed through all of biological time. Oh please. Okay, so the computer is working, but it's not translating onto the big screen like Fox can make it do. Okay, that's Fox News and the 5 and where we left off yesterday. So do you see the linkage to Peel, the launch of the London Metropolitan Polis with the word Piso in their name, exactly where we left off yesterday, with the Piso cop shop across the road and all of the cops defending all of the terror, yeah, and when all of the gods in that heavenly blue sky have been written out of the Bible story. Yeah, and the launch of the same thing that is Islam by the same authors that are Piso, yeah, is the menace that will lead to World War III. Yeah, and in 1918 they were able to cull the returning troops with impunity. That is the people that were capable of running a revolution in every country where they returned to after that massive war, the greatest triumph for the bloodline that we talk about every day, that is World War I, the killing of 80 million people, just for the family confirmation that we are the most powerful and lethal organisation in the world. And that's why we have to marry into other people's families, because God will not let us carry on shagging our cousins and our sisters, yeah, and keeping the money in the same set of pockets. Right then, so let's now go to Jefferson. Oh, sorry. So we're on that big picture story. Let's stay there. I'll tell you Michael Buble's story a little bit later on. If I have to drop it, you now know the gist of it. His family. Let me just tell you what his names are. Yeah, I'll show you the links to Blunt, to all of the people that are the double agents, and Uncle Desmond, that leads to the man from Uncle stuff. Yeah, that is immediately after the war. So there's the Buble tabs. We'll go to Washington at the end. Okay, Blunt flirts with 3 different women, and there is his picture. Sorry, this is Buble. Yeah, hopeless plant. Yeah, gifted singer, picked by an American president, a Canadian president, for greatness at a concert that man just happened to be attending. He's in the Canada setup, and that is the I'm a lumberjack and I'm doing okay. His spouses are, yeah, this is the loppity rabbit joke again. His spouse is Luisana Lopilato, yeah, with the rabbit ears and all the jokes and the links to Piso and not Piso this time, yeah, because that news is getting out. They married in 2011. She's Argentinian. They've got 2 children. I think the male child, yeah, Michael, Jewish angel, is the victim of the cancer. Okay, and let's go down and see. He's sold 55 million albums worldwide, and his music is lovely, and it was shown to me first by Uncle Stephen Hancock's. Yeah, and I thought that Michael Buble may be gay, and that's why in that first song that he sings about it being a beautiful day is why he may not be upset that his woman is having an affair, yeah, with the yoga instructor. Yeah, all of it is by design, and every song that they release they think is undetectable for the content and the meaning in the stealing of the whole world by the same elite families. Okay, let me show you now quickly his story. Blunt flirts with 3 women, and one of them is sorry, Buble flirts with 3 women, and he flirted with that Blunt there for 3 years. That is Emily Blunt, yeah, brother of James, who's now married to Sophia Wellesley, which is the Duke of Wellington's bloodline, yeah, and still is the Duke of Wellington, who is on the Rothschild's boards since Waterloo and the stealing of the Bank of England at the Battle of Waterloo. That is the Abba triumph, and Abba in this story, this really upsets the god, is the Father God. Yeah, black clouds coming in from the far right. Yeah, the rest of the sky heavenly. Yeah, and the Piso Polis cop shop right next door, under the thrall of Percy the poet and his missus, Lady Jane Richards. Okay, her spouse is now Krasinski, but she dated Michael Buble for 3 years. There's the relatives, yeah, all the treason, all the double agency that I've talked about in almost all of the world-winning family bloodlines. Major General Peter Blunt, paternal grandfather, Crispin Blunt, paternal uncle, and Stanley Tukey, brother-in-law. Got a little bit of a Turkish or Italianesque name there. Don't know who Tukey is. I've not had time to look into that. I'm just gonna flick over this because my hosts are coming back any time. Okay, this is the woman, Hoppy Lopitano, yeah, with the rabbit ears and all the jokes, loppity, this, that and the other. That is the people bouncing across the moon surface, because they are in the Armstrongs that are linked to the Armstrongs of Cragside and the cop shop through the Percys. Okay, and that is Perseus the poet, yet slave to Piso, because he is writing for the world's most lethal and cleverest man, who launches the news manipulation way before Rupert's land, and way before Rupert Murdoch gets his hands on the whole world and the picking of every politician and every marriage by the Freemasons that arrange the meeting of all of those families, and the eventual fate of me getting my wife from Chipping Norton, from the Rollright Stones, which are where she took me to, which is an icon for infidelity. This is the woman he meets in the supermarket. She sells gussets and underwear now, for the Piso crotch. You get it? Those boots are the icons for the Pisos in the Cavalry Hill jokes. And that is the same jokes as the Pi Piso pies, and this is why Hoppo Lopitano has no pictures on the internet, because they're off her scantily clad selling the Piso gear, which is barely covering her crotch. Do you get it? Gwyneth Paltrow, the vaginal dishes, the same stories again and again and again, and they become billionaires. We should find that, let's see if we can find the Canadian president that made him a hero. Made him, it's not Trudeau and it's not Cretiene. Those are related to Hillary Clinton and Shania Twain. According to Oprah von Winfried, Buble dreamed of becoming a famous singer. He has links. His family played Bing Crosby's White Christmas album at Christmas time. That is Bing and the Little Drumpf connection to Donald and the Platini in Germany. And all the fundraising for World War II by these elite families. So let's just find his Italian grandfather. That's on the maternal side. That's why the woman that is his mother is not identified in the family trees. They came from Santa Lucia. You get the Santa joke again? Villa Santa Lucia, Abruzzi, Italy. His father is also of Italian descent. His original brush with entertainment was as a children's entertainer using the name Mickey Bubles, and there's the Mills name coming in again. I cannot see the name of the Canadian Prime Minister that chose him or encouraged him to become such a big star. Michael Buble, Canadian singer. He's won several awards, Grammys, Junos, Area Albums Chart. Do you get it? The Australian Area Albums Chart, several Europeans charts. But let me get you that Canadian Prime Minister's name, because when I saw it, he was born in Burnaby, British Columbia. He has two younger sisters, Brandy and Crystal, in the Roman Catholic faith. He attended Caribou Hill Secondary School. Bing Crosby's White Christmas, Ice Hockey, Vancouver Canucks, Patrick Sunston. And where is there's the name of his father, and that is Santagata. When you look up Santagata further down, you will find that they are legends in the aristocracy in Naples, where Piso launched the Polis, launched the Mint, and launched the Bible. But I still cannot see the bit about here it is. Buble's career breakthrough came in 2000 from a surprising chain of events. Michael McSweeney, the Sweeneys that are in the Barry lineage and are ever so keen on covering up John Barry's bloodline, and would not let me enter the baby contest with my barbarian children. Yeah, and Barry Sweeney is tiny, and my barbarian children could now crush him with one hand. An aide to former Prime Minister in Canada, doing okay as lumberjack, Brian Mulrony. Yeah, do you get it? The elite families that run the world. And he sings Mac the Knife, which I believe is at the wedding. Buble was introduced to David Foster, Grammy award winning producer, and previously had worked with artists in the Bloodline as Madonna, yeah, Ciccio, Brandy Norwood, Whitney Houston, the cover for the Houston inquest chair that was the war reparations and all the massive executions that were the inquests, Second World War inquests. Houston is the chair at Nuremberg. Michael Jackson, yeah, the covers for Jacksonville and all the links to Jackson, President Andrew Jackson, that are the covers for General Sir Mike Jackson and NATO's activities in the Balkans. Celine Dion in the same bloodline as the other presidents, Cretiene and Trudeau, and Barbara Streisand. I'm going to have to stop and make the video tomorrow. I will launch this just to get you sexed up and waiting for the outcome.